A-ho-B. Hey, you guys.
That was not the introduction I was expecting.
Oh,
but
I try to surprise you each time.
Mission accomplished.
The Incanto Deluxe.
Yes.
It has a secret menu. It's kind of like In-N-Out Burger that way.
Sure.
So you're gonna guide me through like what the menu is, what you can do.
Exactly.
Take it away.
Yeah, we're gonna go into test mode.
All right.
And in order to go into test mode, while you're turning the machine on in the back, you need to be holding down 3 buttons.
Okay.
And those 3 buttons are the water selector button, this menu button, and the large coffee button.
Whoa, okay.
And then that's going to get us into test mode. And you'll know right away because the screen will display a certain version of the software that's on the board. So I'm going to hold down all 3. Got my hand on the back and I'm going to hit that switch. Version 1.13.0. Okay. I'm going to let go. And now, right now, it's actually showing us all the switches that are being activated. 5, 6, 7, 9. Like if I open the steam knob, a number will appear that represents that switch. 4, for example.
Okay.
So we're good there, but let's go through the rounds here. Let's first put our brew unit into work position, which is the small coffee. The moment you hit it, you'll hear it start to move. So the 6 down below is going on because the motor's running.
I see.
But then we'll also see a number appear when we get all the way to work position, letting us know that the brew unit can get that far. I believe it's probably going to be 1. Yep, exactly.
Nice.
1.
Okay.
So now our brew unit's all the way in work. We'll come here. We're going to put it all the way back into home position. Probably the 2 is going to come on here. There we go. Okay, so that's what those 2 are in test mode. And then we also have the large coffee here, which should tell us, I believe this is the grinder. There's our grinder, which is...
And that's number 4.
Yeah, there we go. And over here, it's actually counting the revolutions to your far right.
Okay, how many times it's whirred around?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this one is, but we'll find out. That's the heating element.
So if I hold that down, it's going to toast things up.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the other thing that we got here is our pump, which is important. And your pump's controlled by 2 buttons. So you have to hold this one down and then your first one. And then your pump will be going. So what I'm going to do, since it doesn't have anywhere to go right now, is I'm going to open up my steam valve. There's 4s on. Now I'm going to hold down this button and hit here. There's our pump. Now we should also, the 8 is your flow meter. You see how the 8's flickering? It's representing the flow meter there.
So how many times that's rotating around?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, the pump's also good for, let's shut our steam valve. Let's go into work position because we're still currently in home. I'm kind of blocking the screen here, sorry. In home. Okay. There's the 1. And now the steam valve's shut, but let's get some water through the brew head, through the dispenser rather. And this is a good way just to clean it out on your own terms, rather than, you know, only cleaning out the brew unit when you first turn on the machine and it doesn't rinse. Okay. So, you know, if you felt like rinsing it out yourself, maybe you just put it through the dishwasher and you just want to be sure all the detergent's out. This is a good way for you to, you know, rinse the brew unit out, you know, kind of under your own control and not. And then it would also rinse the waterworks as well, related to that. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. You're totally right.
Okay, so you're just continuously holding down, what's that, the D-scale button and the smallest coffee button?
Exactly.
For as long as you want.
Exactly. Those 2 buttons are controlling the pump, and then essentially it's on you to control where the water's going. Now let's say I wanted to come through my steam arm, all while the pump's running and everything. I'm going to open the steam arm, and it should kind of start coming through there, rather. It's an easier path. It's an easier path for the water than it is through the brew unit.
So as soon as you open that up, it's going to hit that way. Exactly. But then if you close that, will it go back over here again?
Oh, you know it. You better believe it, Kat.
I'm going to believe it if I see it. I'm not seeing it. Oh, you're lucky.
I was getting worried.
I know you were. Okay, so that's super clean. You can let it go now.
Yep, exactly.
Just FYI.
Now,
okay.
Let's go back to home here, and then let's just see what these other numbers are.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and remove the water tank, and I'm sure we'll see something happen with a number somewhere.
Wait.
Let's see here. So I'm going to lift the water tank up, and that water, you're going to have to be my eyes here.
Yeah.
So tell me what happens. What happened? What number went away?
Guess. Put it down.
7.
7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, no, hold on. Okay, so something was up so that the 8 was not engaged for a little bit, but now...
Actually, I can tell you what the 8 did.
Was it a temperature kind of a thing?
It was actually the flow meter. For some reason, that magnet was probably on top of the transistor, and then there's a...
Got it, okay.
And then so the 8, that's what happens when the 8 goes and comes back.
So 7 was...
The water tank.
Water tank, okay.
So now let's open the door. Well, maybe that will be 9. I was right.
You get a prize. And that prize is you get to keep your job. Yeah.
Best prize of my life. Okay, so that was 9. Let's see what happens when we take the dredge drawer out. Looks like that's 5.
5.
So, you know, you can always... Let's say you were getting an error and you weren't sure why this wasn't being as informative as you would like it to be. You could go into test mode and see exactly these numbers. You know that 5 correlates with the dredge box. You know that's 7 correlates with the water tank. You can kind of figure out all that stuff. Let's take out the brew unit. What's your guess? I think it's 6.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be 6.
Yes.
Yeah. So other than kind of reconfirming, you know, errors or clarifying them, rather, why else would I want to get into test mode here? What's the purpose of this?
You could determine whether or not a function of your machine was disabled because it's not working.
Okay.
Or if your machine actually isn't allowing it because you may have something out of place or your micro switch is out. For example, maybe your machine isn't heating up because you like your dredge box micro switch is out.
Okay.
So then, therefore, you could come into test mode and, you know, get your pump working, get your grinder working, get your brew unit motor working outside of the machine's normal software, and just figure out that, oh, actually my pump is working, but it's not working when I'm in normal mode because my magnet's out in my water tank type of thing. So,
I see.
You know, there are a lot of precautions built into the normal working software of the machine to just protect the machine, but then it's kind of hard for the user to determine actually where the problem with the machine is. If
it's just not working.
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
Everything's broken, but okay. So you can diagnose things.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's used for.
Cool.
So you can get in there and just figure out what exactly is going on with your machine and kind of go from there.
Exactly? Exactly.
Did I say exactly a lot?
No. Cool. All right. So that is the test mode on the Incanto Deluxe.
Exactly. Just the Deluxe. It's different on the other ones.
Exactly.
Dang it.
Thank you, Brendan.
Of course.